Alright, continuing with the storyline, every syllable needs to be pronounced. Continuing with the storyline, we have the Crystal Exarch giving us the quest, A Sleep Disturbed. Let me write that down. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Sorry, I see disturbed and I just get... And we are inside the Ocular in the Crystarium. And here we go. Cutscene. Damn it. You did well to dispel the falsehoods surrounding the warriors of light and their actions prior to the flood, though I must say the reappearance of Ardbert, or rather, one who appropriated his identity, was a rather curious development. He is an impostor, of that there is no doubt, but to the masses he will appear as a hero returned from the grave. After the warriors of light were laid to rest in Yulmore, the people prayed fervently for the gods to deliver them from their plight, prayed that these fallen heroes be born again for their sacrifices. What bitter irony, says Becklug. I, for one, would like to know why Ardbert urged the people to become warriors of light themselves. Ere we take action, we must needs ascertain his intent. Let us pray that Master Alphinaud returneth soon with that most essential knowledge. For now, I think it best to apprise Thancred and Reen of our efforts. When we do confront Ardbert, we shall no doubt have need of their strength. The Exarch nods. Agreed. I think it prudent we all take measures to prepare for what's to come. Becklug and I will continue our research into how we might improve the spirit vessel, that it might one day carry you home. Y'shtola thinks for a couple seconds here. Then I think it time I return to the Greatwood. Until now, everything we have learned of the Ascians has been handed to us at their leisure. But that was one of Emmet Selk's unique failings. I have no reason to think Elidibus will be as forthcoming. Fortunately, I recently received word from Fanow that heretofore unexplored chambers have been discovered deep within the Qitana Ravel. Almet believes the relics within tell of a great calamity that befell an ancient civilization, that of the Ascians, perhaps. They may lead us to the truths we seek. Would you care for company? Or be sure to let us know how that pans out. I offer company. I wouldn't dream of going without you. When you are ready, make for Fanow. Almet and her sisters will be expecting us. Then let us be about our tasks. Pray give my regards to the Viis. Yorian J goes walking off to do whatever he was going to do. And Y'shtola and I go off to do whatever we're going to do, which is go to Fanow and blah blah. So, what we're going to do, not whatever we're going to do. I spent some of my Allegan tomestones of poetics. I got my Dragoon boots. Yeah, so 530 boots, crit and direct hit rate. I got my Red Mage a necklace and weapon. So we're hitting Dragoon 43, White Mage 502, Sage 502, Paladin 480, Red Mage 488. So the next time I have enough tomestones to buy something, he'll go toward Paladin. I've kind of stopped prioritizing Paladin, like my tank, as the first one to be geared up. Just whatever's lower. And a weird thing that I noticed, it might not be weird to everybody else, but the auction house, the trading post, whatever it's called in this freaking game, the items in there, at least as far as gear, at least as far as being level 80 or 81 or 82 looking for gear, they only go up to I'm level 515. Again, at least as far as levels, like level 81-ish. So, which is weird to me. This is the first expansion I've come to where I can't just buy gear to get up to the proper average item level needed for whatever. I keep saying for whatever dungeon or trial or raid I'm supposed to do for the storyline. I think I actually was gearing my white mage and or sage up in order to do the weapon project series of quests with Gaius and Ali. Anyway, we are at Fanow, which is kind of like the bunny ranger-esque kind of treetop village looking thing. And we're talking to Almet, who I believe was the oldest sister of the Almet, Uimet, and Cymet group. The leaders, I believe, of this area. Sorry, we have a cutscene. Welcome, allies of Ronka. We have accomplished much since last you came. With the Light Warden dead and its minions dispersed, we have at last reclaimed our hunting grounds near Rak'tika Falls. It was there that we discovered more ruins. Although we ran afoul of no traps while exploring its halls, we determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. We all were in agreement. Before any investigation could proceed, you should be summoned. Ishtola shakes her head. We are grateful that you did. From what you have told me, I strongly suspect that the wisdom my comrades and I seek can be found within. This wisdom could prove invaluable, for we may soon face a foe whose greatest asset is our ignorance. I see. Then it is good that you have come, for Ronka was once home to the greatest of weapons, knowledge and understanding. And it is our duty to ensure you and yours do not want for either. That said, we must proceed with caution. To have reached the inner chambers unmolested suggests a more formidable deterrent yet lies within. Yeah, probably. Her purple-haired sister. Come now, surely any threat sleeping within the ruins pale in comparison to those we have faced thus far. And the younger sister. This is not a game, sister. You should not be so eager to run headlong into danger. The purple hair seems to be like the rebel, like the badass I can take it. Oh, and who was pining for the return of our allies that we might venture into the ruins, clutching her staff at night, wishing it were... She's shocked. You promised not to tell! Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing with the voices. I'm trying to make them distinct. Then I suggest we be going. And the purple hair goes running off with the staff sister. Get back here! And she goes running after as well. And the ranger, the head, the red-haired, remind me, Ishtola says, remind me, exactly how old are you and your sisters? On second thought, perhaps it's for the better, I do not know. Pray forgive their overzealous nature. None save we three have been privileged to escort you and yours into the ruins and bear witness to its secrets. Their hearts now burn with a curiosity that is not easily satiated, maybe. Please, you don't need to apologize. As a seeker of knowledge myself, I understand full well their enthusiasm, and if not for your sedulous, that's a fun word I don't remember seeing before, sedulous efforts to protect the ruins, we would not be afforded this opportunity. Speaking of which, I believe I have kept you away from the ruins long enough. Come, let us make for Qitana Ravel. Nods all around. Since Lena is a bunny lady, and her accent is very Norwegian, that is what I've been kind of like sorta Norwegian is what I've been going for, but like not trying to be super strict or crazy accurate about it. Just 4 different women, three of which whose voices I haven't heard in a while, and one of which whose voice I hear often, but still can't super duper well distinguish between hers and Alice when I'm doing. Because Alice is like this. She's pretty proper. And Y'shtola is more like flowing, and it's hard. I don't. So that is why they may sound weird. Getting attacked by a monkey as we run through, along some thick. Oh, actually, this is just land. This is just rock that is made of bridge. It has grass and some tall mushrooms on top of it with lights atop them. Some trees along the way, some bigger, some thin and small. some more mushrooms, or sorry, more monkeys. Floor mandrills, as they are called. And we can follow this path of blue, kind of fluorescent flowers. Not a perfect path, that is broken up here and there with little spots, little patches of green. But here's Almet. It is most strange for these halls to be left unguarded. Have care when breaking the seal on the chamber door. Danger surely awaits us on the other side. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to pee, just to make sure. No, actually, no, the word's so long. Alright, here we go. I will do this on Dragoon, although I usually try to do these level sync things on Paladin just for survivability and ease. And Paladin's rotation's also kind of interesting. Dragoons just has too much going on for me for the most part, but we are leveling via story quests, so...
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
She's kind of Russian, Almet. We are currently walking on a large rectangular platform made of square stones of various colors, but mostly on the lighter side. Eggshellish, beige, you know. And now we are inside through some stone double doors. We see what looks like devil horns. Yeah, kind of
The
devil.
people of Ronka are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species. This is no common beast.
Yeah, kind of tall, curved at the top, devilish kind of horns, and a scary face on a mix between like a thick-limbed lizard and kind of griffin wings.
Though that much is plain from its proportions.
Kind of a piranha mouth.
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed.
This is Cymet, the youngest, with the staff and the red hair. Uh-oh. Something behind her? Oh. Her purple-haired sister was sneaking up to scare her.
Why you... Ugh.
Y'shtola notices some owls.
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
Little owl statuette looking in a particular direction. We had to maneuver around them last time.
The sealed door lies ahead.
Well, one of the times. There is a sealed double door behind the statue of this Bahamut kind of creature. If you picture the body of a bull, but it's scaly and lizard-like, the tail of a long tail of a lizard, and
As you see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
The rest, as I described already, like griffin wings, kind of a piranha face, and piranha. So we've got to find an owl statuette and replace it.
Too simple. There will be some additional defense mechanism.
Of course. There will be some additional defense mechanism. Y'shtola approaches the pedestal that...
Just a moment. There are words carved into the stone.
Look at there's a picture of a sun carved into it. Or the image of a sun. Or a star. A thick
He
star.
who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber shall instead waken the beast and know his folly.
The two younger sisters have already
Wait,
walked off.
don't!
And one is reaching for the owlet statue, and she pulls it off. And as she does...
What? But I only... What is happening?
It's the purple-haired sister. The statue glows with a blinding yellow light, and is...
Oh no, oh no.
awake.
Oh no, oh no, it lives!
Says Cymet, the youngest.
Why am I not surprised? Prepare yourselves.
And this creepy... Like, the face actually kind of looks like a black mask, and it teleports all of us somewhere. The owl statuette has been dropped as well. I seem to be alone in another room with this being at one end. Oh. Y'shtola and the three sisters are like right at the feet of this thing, and they are turned into playing cards. Okay. Alright. Okay, alright. Alright, okay. Alright, okay, alright. You trespass, mortal, upon sacred ground. In retribution, 4 souls have I bound. Yet to heroes proven, learned and wise, a comrade's soul shall be their prize. If you would see theirs set free, answer me these riddles 3. This is Huaca. Deft of paw, with kin do I vie, though sought apart, betterment of the whole do our efforts descry. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Deft of paw, so cat probably. With kin do I vie. It's like cat against cat. Though sought apart, betterment of the whole do our efforts descry. I got coral statue, colibri statue, and opo. So cat, bird, monkey. Deft of paw. So that'd be cat or opo. With kin do I vie. So like that could be monkeys. Cats don't always. Though sought apart, betterment of the whole do our efforts descry. I think that's opo. Working together. Indeed, the opo is keen and shrewd, the spirit of ingenuity, by whose guidance the Ronkans did prosperity pursue. The riddle's answer you did discern, and thus to you a soul returns. And we get Uimet. With fearsome fang I travel with pack, together we find harmony, and thus for peace our land does not lack. What am I? Fang and pack is wolf. Obviously. Indeed, 'twas the spirit of the wolf their doctrines praised, that they would know peace and harmony to the end of their days. The riddle's answer you did discern, and thus to you a soul returns. We get Cymet, the youngest. On my belly do I crawl, by my strength does prosperity reign within our hall. What? I was gonna say snake, but... I mean, what does the serpent have to do with prosperity in the hall? What am I? Indeed, the dread serpent turned protector, lured to slumber, ere it tear the world asunder. The riddle's answer you did discern, and thus to you a soul returns. We get Almet. She says, my thanks. Desire you that which I yet claim, then we shall play another game. A test of mind and memory, choose wisely, and you may all yet go free. Twixt these talismans hide friend and foe, choose your companions well, or sorrow no. So between the talismans hide friend and foe, okay. They're all the same. Between the talismans hide friend and foe. Is there anything special or different about any of them? Is that what I'm looking for? They all look exactly the same. They all say Ronkin Talisman. Free your comrades from the talismans. And I'm just supposed to select one? They all look the same, dude. Am I missing something? Probably, because that's the whole fucking point. Okay, hold on. Twixt these talismans hide friend and foe. Choose your companions well or sorrow. Talking to, okay. Dude, I don't know. Okay, let's choose the center right. There's 6 cards. They're lined up in a row of 3 on the right, going from back to forward, and the row of 3 on the left going back. Oh, okay. Okay, so you are just kind of... I got lucky, and I matched 2 Y'shtolas. That was luck, right? Your comrades are assembled, together at last. Yet still there remains one trial you must pass. If you would glean the knowledge enshrined in this earth, I would first take the measure of your worth. Cutscene goes black. Oh, now we have a cutscene, sorry. One worthy of she who the Ronkins extolled must be strong of mind, body, and soul. Alright, baby, let's go. So I just used my crit. Hold on. I used my crit. I want to use my damage, but... Shit. Insider set in Yasha, we must protect her. Gonna stack up on Yasha. Or Y'shtola, I don't know what Yasha is from. Got a summon coming.
Let us see how you handle this.
Victory off, big sacrifice, but which of you would pay the price? I am hit by a bunch of chains. Mercy, hurry, you must save her. And they all take a chain and lead it away from us, lead it away from me. And they each get hit by the chain. So Cymet takes this one. I'll take this chain. I can keep. There we go. I got it. A pathetic display, one and all. The weak shall not be suffered to disgrace this hall. But we won. We did it good.
I will not hold back.
Are you guys all behind it? Am I missing something? To the seat of pain, we got some circle AoEs to get out of. They had to run the farthest because they were all behind it.
This is going to leave a mark.
Buff not on biatch. We think he won, but we've only just begun. Animate. Seems like he's gonna bring something to life, probably. Poison, that row. Poison, come gather around me. This is Cymet the youngest. Sorry, that was not her voice. Reinforcements, leave them to me. Why can't I do AoE? What's going on here? Summoned a bunch of like slime monsters. We mustn't waste the time with this slime. Focus on the Guardian. Right, show them your all. I got the Guardian, don't worry about it. Well fought, hero. The trial is complete. The way is open, and thus I concede defeat. And it falls. Not wholly unexpected, but an exhausting ordeal nevertheless. Ishtola runs into a yellow circle and disappears. I do the same. Black screen. Cutscene with we're inside the temple where we were teleported out from, and we all portal into existence. Kind of like a bluish, blackish energy, but like mostly kind of a light, kind of aquamarine blue. But
'Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite. Now, what have we learned?
Ah, we were bound to run into a living statue eventually. And now we can open the door.
fucking. She smiles at Y'shtola as she picks up the owl statuette and places it on the empty pedestal. Its eyes glow yellow. There's these two kind of pillars with awkward shapes about them, but they're like a thin...
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber.
A thin cube, a thicker kind of rectangular prism, a thin cube kind of like stacked on top of each other. Some faces on some of the sides. Stone, glowing orangish stone. We're walking through the double doors that have just opened behind where the big statue was that attacked us. We see a painting on a wall of some female being with a staff. We see a tomb kind of looking thing in front of us.
A tomb,
Yeah.
just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
It's got some glowing orange triangles around the outside of the lid. Some glowing squares kind of a little bit higher on the lid.
She is Viis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna?
She is Viis. Archmage Tuna.
A legendary hero of Ronka, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation, so potent was her spellcraft. Though she ever fought in the name of peace.
There do seem to be the paintings of some like meteors falling around her.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed.
She's got this circle around her as well, which could be a shield from the meteors, or it could be just something that's there, but she is summoning the meteors, or both, maybe?
Well, I, for one, always believed.
Says Cymet, the youngest. The redhead. Y'shtola approaches a couple
I
steps.
wonder. By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
Tuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
See truths long lost. The voices of men's hearts.
Naught less than the echo. In which case, none of this is mere coincidence. A shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the Source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight. We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might. Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Qitana Ravel? Moreover, does it not recall that which Emmet Selk invited us to witness in Amarot?
The destruction of their world was via meteor shower? Okay, it was, wasn't it? Like falling, yeah. And yeah, we do in fact see flashbacks of those large, tall, like white-looking ghost beings fleeing from
The final days.
meteorites.
If, as the Exarch's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond, might it not be possible for an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger? The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory, or shall we say modern etherological theory. But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided, it would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation, and I call myself a scholar.
Scholars need to speculate and then work from the they're called hypotheses.
I shall refrain from making any further wild claims until such time as I have evidence.
That's how science works. You form a hypothesis and then you test against it.
Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in Amarot.
As far as I know, you try to prove the opposite of your hypothesis, like your H naught, what's it called? N naught? Something like that. I'll go with H naught because H could stand for hypothesis. Okay, so my options are: then you must recall Emmet Selk's dying request, or I will not soon forget it. I don't remember what his dying request was. Then you must recall Emmet Selk's dying request.
Remember us.
History is learned, not lived. We have always protected the tales of Rak'tika, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us. We see the past through our own eyes and speak of it with our own words. Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same as remembering.
Your mothers were wise. Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions could not fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently. We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmet Selk and his kin. But we have disturbed Tiuna long enough. Fanow will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
The tomb is tall. Like it's, I would say, a good 7 or 8 feet tall. We are thankfully teleported just right back to the Almet, Uimet, Cymet little area of Fanow. By your pensive expression, I take it the tomb has given you much to think about. That is well. In time, the knowledge that you have gleaned will lead to understanding, and thus arm you for what is to come. Before you leave, however, I would speak again of the teachings of our forebears, of histories learned, not lived. The legend of Tiuna and her exploits has been told countless times over the centuries, yet as it is handed from one generation to the next, the story changes. With each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes, details changed or lost. We can never truly know how she lived, for we were not there to see it. But we are here now to bear witness to your life. We have seen the change you have wrought, the echoes that will endure long after you are gone, and though it too will change in time, I swear to you, we shall do our best to preserve your story. And she gives a hand at forehead, like that drags in front of her face down to like her sternum, and their sisters do the same. Uimet, the purple-haired, impetuous one. I hope you'll forgive me if I don't make an oath of my own, but I think it goes without saying we could never misspeak of your heroism. And Cymet says, perish the thought, as so long as you are here, there are none among the Viis. So long as we are here, there are none among the Viis who will not know of all you have done for Norvrant. We are not deserving of such reverence, but we are grateful all the same. You can be certain we will have our own tales to tell of the great guardians of Rak'tika and the ruins of Ronka. I pray you safe travels then, as ever we shall await your return with open arms. A sleep disturbed is complete. I thought about trying to do the Russian kind of accent that sounds like Almet, but yeah. There will be a link in the description of this video that will send you to my PowerPoint of Amazon products in my Google Docs. Each slide is a different product I recommend. Each slide will have a link to that particular product. If you purchase any of the products with the link in that slide, I will get a small cut. Hope you had a good time. The timer paused at 34:59, which is weird. Hoping it's still actually going. But yeah, I will see you next time. Hope you enjoyed.